Welcome to Huskins Horror Live Stream. I'm Bill DiNicola. Joined alongside me is Cody Huskins. Cody, how you doing tonight? Uh, might have a setting issue. Let's get to a couple of updates real quick. First off, on the Freddy versus Jason front, we have a couple more casting announcements that will be coming in the next couple of weeks. We've got three more people. We have one person on, one person tentatively on, and one person looking at a role. We get these three. We're mostly done with the primary casting. As for the crew, we'll be working on picking them up in the coming weeks as well. We have shoot dates for, we don't have shoot dates per se, but we're trying to get something going in August as well as September and November, kind of having to block out Halloween with everyone busy with various things. And some of the locations we have are actual haunts. For the effects, still working on getting the special effects box back from the previous director. We thought we had something worked out, hit a snag, but we're trying to get it before at least July 24th was the next upcoming deadline. We'll let you know when that happens. And same thing with the equipment. Still working on getting that snag out of the way. Then a couple other things we have coming on just to get all the updates going before we get to our guest tonight. We've got CreepyCon will be appearing at that. Cody, myself, as well as Clarence, imposter Clarence playing Freddy Krueger, also the director of The Grind, will be at CreepyCon. And then we have SC HorrorCon, which Clarence will be there as well, as well as myself. But we'll be promoting The Grind and Freddy vs. Jason Dreamscape. And just wanted to mention, we don't have a release date yet for The Grind, but it is coming soon, and we're hopeful that you might be seeing that date right now, but we'll let you know when that gets a little clearer. So we want to get to our guest now.
Hey, Bill, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you good.
I hit this wrong button, man.
You're good, man. It's always some technical things.
Yeah.
So, but you could hear everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's before we get to our guest, we got Blake Best, David Brandon. Talk a little bit about how you know them.
Blake, I have known for my first year at CreepyCon, which I was back in 2017. That was the first year I was doing my cosplay there. The director and the person that's over CreepyCon, she's seen my photos and she said, I want you to kind of go around and kind of like dress up and just take pictures with people and stuff like that. I was like, okay, cool. So among the guests, I met Blake, and me and him ever since then we've been friends. And like I said, that was in 2017, and it's 2023 right now. So
let's go ahead and bring him in. We've got Blake Best joining us live from Knoxville, and David Brandon. David, where in are you in Tennessee, buddy? Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee, man.
Okay, so both you guys are in Knoxville. Will you be at CreepyCon too?
Well, Blake's not in Knoxville, but he will be during CreepyCon, and I will be making a guest appearance at CreepyCon as well.
Awesome.
Cool. So let's talk a little bit about what you guys got going on with Dark House Entertainment and what you have going in the works.
Well, as far as Dark House Entertainment in this film, we pretty much wanted to return to the roots of a dark and more sinister Freddy Krueger. And we kind of want to tie in Blake's new book with the film as well. And kind of make people show them that, it's kind of inspired by New Nightmare film, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, but in a different way, just with Blake and his books instead of a film. So it's just kind of our own original thing, but we wanted to include the book and bring back a Freddy that everyone missed, that no one gets to see anymore.
That's
And
cool.
you're talking about Blake's Crazy Nightmare. We have rendering of the poster, some screenshots you guys have already shot. That's the movie that is, I'd say, is it in production now? You're still shooting it? More to shoot?
Yeah, well, we shot a trailer for it using things from the script, directly from the script, and we are going to start shooting the film in the next month or so. We're going to just start shooting it. So, yeah.
Cool. We're looking at some of the stills now. So let's, Blake, how does this, and you also have a book that just came out. So we want to kind of, got a lot going on. But I guess the book has been written. The movie is still, needing to be shot. So what do you feel like you've gotten any relief not having to worry about the book anymore? Or is it just you've transitioned to the movie and it really just hits keep on coming?
Well, I have to give David a lot of credit for the book because I was done with Elm Street. I mean, after Razor's Edge and, the amount of love that I got for that book, I moved on and did all original things, cryptozoology novel, a novel about Appalachian ghost mythology, and I was doing some teaching. And, he kind of convinced me. He said, the books are really good and you should do another one. And I really didn't think much about it at first, but the more that he brought it up, the more I realized that he is what I would consider like a top tier Nightmare on Elm Street fan and a horror fan in general. Like he knows the franchise as well as I do. I mean, in and out, all the nuances, and he's a big fan of practical effects. So he was big into wanting to bring back a darker Freddy because he, like myself, loves the Freddy in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1, Part 2, sort of more towards the darker roots. So when I put the book out, the book is called Bad Dreams. So I've got a copy here. So it's actually going to be featured. It's sort of like a tie-in because in the film, I'm actually working on the book. So it's really cool that it's a tie-in like that. But again, I mean, David has a copy of it and he's read it. And it was, one of these things is like, I hope that he likes it because everybody loved Razor's Edge and all the other books, but Razor's Edge is my swan song. That's the one that kind of kicked my career into high style as an author. Before that, I was a musician, a composer, and an actor. And then I started with the writing thing, and Razor's Edge was the first book, but he read it, and well, I never did actually get his 100% opinion. David, while you're there, so what do you think of what you've read so far?
Okay.
Well, Razor's Edge actually inspired me for this film. So,
Hey guys, look.
Oh yeah, beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, my God. It's an awesome book. It really is.
So, seeing that Blake is writing other people's nightmares and stuff like that, I was like, you know what? I wonder what it would be like for Blake to have his own nightmares with Freddy, his own interaction with Freddy. And I'm a huge fan of his work, and I've got all of his books. And I actually met him at FrankenCon, the very first FrankenCon, and then we just began to be really good friends, and up to now. And I was like, you know what? It would be cool to see Blake have an interaction with Freddy and include his books in the film as well. So that's what we're doing. And it's going to be awesome. It's awesome.
Now, David, how did you get into making movies?
Well, what started was I had a show, because I do paranormal stuff too, which I love. And I after having one episode that we created with my friends at Southern Creative here in Knoxville, we did a reality show that I created called Ghost Connection for A&E, and we only got one episode. It didn't work out, but that's okay. That's just how it happens. But hey, just the fun of it was really exciting. And I was like, I'm still good at this stuff. I want to be on doing the film stuff, TV stuff, and so I've always been into horror since I was a kid. My dad let me watch horror movies, and then I just had a burning sensation inside me to always want to just do some horror stuff, you know? So I've made some films with other folks over the years, and I've been in the local film industry all these years for probably about 15 or more years. And I was like, you know what? I've worked with other people. I'm ready to do my own stuff. So now I'm doing my own original stuff. So that's where this film comes in with Blake.
And
Yeah.
we've got a couple of people saying hi on YouTube. We got AKF, Jeff, Blake, David, Joe here showing support. I'm so excited for Blake's crazy nightmare.
Thank you, Jeff.
And we've got comments. You can chat with us at on the YouTube channel, Huskins Horror YouTube channel, or the Facebook groups, whichever group you're in, and your comments will appear. So you talked about being a fan of horror early on. Were you a Freddy guy? Were you a Michael Myers guy? Were you a Jason guy? What was your?
I've always been a Freddy guy, because when I was like 5 or something like that, the first one I seen was part 3, and then it just being and like seeing that as a kid sitting in front of a TV, one of those old school TVs that's on the floor.
Oh yeah.
You can put stuff on top of it.
Yeah.
You're sitting
was
3
it.
inches away. You can feel
Yeah.
the static.
Yeah, that was it. And it just got boom instilled into my mind and my blood. And then not to mention my dad, he always let me watch horror films and never made me look away at any parts, nudity, whatever. And the first movie my dad let me watch with him as a kid was Fright Night.
Ooh, yeah.
So I'm also a huge fan of that. So that's what started it all. And then I just started, going to the local video rental stores, which at the time when I was younger, it was like only VHS movies. DVD was not out or nothing. It didn't even exist.
Yeah.
So, me, I just went straight to the horror section and then made my way up to the candy and stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, I got to have this too.
Now, Blake, I've billed you as the foremost expert on Freddy, not named Robert Englund. Were you always a Freddy guy, or did you have some good taste early on and you were more Jason than you grew into Freddy? How did that go?
I started out, I'm going to be honest, I was a Freddy guy. I'm always Elm Street's brat. Springwood is a hell of a place to live and a real hell of a place to die. So I always liked Nightmare on Elm Street. I didn't see any of the Jason films, the Friday the 13th films, until I was older, but part 4 really stuck out to me. Ted White's performance as Jason, the kills. I'm sure Cody would agree with me. They're some of the most brutal. I mean, the kid in the shower with the glass break-in, and then, of course, Rob Dyer getting killed with, like, a gardening little hand rake. I mean, it was whatever Jason could find, man. And then, he did it. And then as I got older, I realized that I really gravitated more towards those with the personality. So Freddy first, Pinhead, Captain Elliot Spencer, he was second, and then Ghostface. I really liked that he taunted and toyed with his victims. Something about toying with your victims before they die, it really shows what a I don't know what the language thing is. It really shows what a real asshole you can be, as a killer, to just toy with your victims before you die. You're having fun at their expense, and that's sick. But that's what people love. People love the monsters. And the other characters are great too, but when everyone goes to see a Nightmare film, a Friday film, a Hellraiser, Chucky, whatever it is, they want to see the bad guy. They want to see the monsters, and they want to see the other people die. that's what they want.
Yeah, Cody, did you hear that? He fucking said asshole. The FCC is going to be on all us.
Are you allowed to say fuck on here? Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Cody, didn't you tell them about the rules? This one's saying asshole. This one's saying fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
First
I
of
wanted to hear the rules, okay, to surviving a horror
It's
podcast
R. It's
YouTube
rated
channel.
R.
Just don't look behind you.
rated R for rad. Check it out.
So talk a little bit about Bad Dreams, which you just that just came out not too long ago. What's going on in Bad Dreams?
Well, I can't give too much away because what is the fun in that? I want everyone to get a copy. So I'll give you the basics. So it's a new generation of kids. Something that I'm known for is connecting the mythology, which I felt like, as good as the films were, there were bits and pieces that weren't really told. Hence the reason that Razor's Edge became what it was, because everybody wanted an origin story, and we only got bits and pieces throughout the first 5 or 6 films, and then it was always just kind of more implied. So I took the same tact with this book. I bring in some characters. There's a returning character that suffered at Freddy's Wrath once before, but this character, and it's in the promotion, they say, that's out there. This character reaches out from beyond the grave to help these kids, because these kids are systematically being slaughtered in their sleep, and they're high school kids, Springwood High. This is set modern day. There's cell phones, laptops, it's up to date. And they find out essentially that there has been a posturing against them. Their town, Springwood, and the government officials have tried to block out Freddy and make it where no one knows about it. But they have a friend, an unlikely ally named Brent. Brent comes in and says, I've got grandparents that lived here their whole life. I've been here my whole life. When they passed, cleaning out their house, I found all these newspaper articles, because apparently this Freddy Krueger guy was big business in the 60s and early 70s with his killing. That was something that made news. And I found out more about him and realized that as I got older, that there was an attempt to make it where we didn't know about him. And I feel like I've been lied to, and it's my job to kind of spread the truth and let you know he's not a fairy tale. He's not an urban legend. He is the real deal. And he wants you dead. He wants me dead. He wants us all dead. And he suffered a very personal loss, Brent did. Something that really drives him. And there's so many twists, but I can give this one. He had a girlfriend who passed away, and the police ruled it a suicide, but he knew deep down in his heart of hearts that it wasn't a suicide. No one gets ripped apart like that and does it themselves. So he knew there was something else going on there. And with the help from beyond the grave, he's able to help these other kids, these other teens. And, there's a little bit of a love story in there, kind of a little bit, but then there's also some grotesque. I mean, I actually gagged quite a bit at writing some of this stuff. It's not me. And to write from Freddy's point of view, he is a real bastard. And it puts me in a dark place, and there's a little bit of the gallows humor. Like, there's one specific scene where he forces someone to watch the murder of their friend on like a giant film screen, and he says, I always love the unrated cuts, very gallows humor, but disgusting. And I think it was important to include that. And again, my biggest the biggest person that supported me with this, was David, and then of course, my family and my fans, of course, but David really pushed me to put this book out. So there's a special dedication in this book to David and to Dark House, because really, I think bringing back Freddy in the way that the vision is for Dark House to bring him back really is in line with where Freddy is as a character in Bad Dreams. So.
And we've got the QR code on the screen. Will be popping up and sporadically if you want to get it shipping out. What's the price on that? $25.
It's $25, but shipping is included, and I am actually signing all copies on the house. So if you order one, they go right to you, and I send you tracking numbers. I don't have some assistant doing it for me. I legitimately go out. I have a webmaster that handles my online orders, but everything comes to me. I sign it, and then I ship it out myself. And it's my way of staying close to the fans and saying thank you, because they really have made it where I can do this for a living. I mean, I have made a career of being able to scare the shit out of people and have fun doing it. And it's because of great fans and amazing bosses. I mean, David is an incredible boss, and I love working for him. I love working on this film, and he gets me. And I feel like he is one of the main reasons that I decided to not only do another book on Elm Street, another book on Freddy, but also to be a part of a film. You know, he saw something in me that made him want to, you know, tell that story from my point of view and include me in his film and his vision. It's very flattering, and I'm hope that I live up to the expectations he has. So
I think it's a cool subplot tying the book in with the movie, and it's your mind that's putting the book out, but it's also your mind that's having the nightmares that are overreading to the names of the movie. But it just seems like it's a good tie.
It is, and David had an amazing idea. Like, I want to let him get into that because it was his idea to have Freddy become this, I don't know, almost like you owe money to them, like a debt collector. Like Freddy is, it's wild. But I want to let David tell them about Freddy and your plans for poor Blake in that film.
Well, he's just fucking ruthless, man. Like, he does not give a shit. You know, he doesn't care. He's gonna come after you, regardless of whatever. Yeah, you might owe him some lunch money. He's gonna come. He's gonna wait till you fall asleep, and he's gonna come get it, and then some, and then some. He's gonna.
That was
it. Yeah.
that was one of the challenges for me. I'm more of a Jason guy, but we wanted to have a scary Freddy in Freddy versus Jason Dreamscape. And not only that, the way the story kind of works, Freddy's been, when we pick up in the movie, Freddy's been on the shelf for a while. So he hasn't been able to do the things he's been able to love. So we kind of wanted to find a way to make him just extra vicious.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's honestly, I just more or less thought of what would scare the shit out of me. And then just, what could a 5'9" guy do with razor blades for hands, come at me and just immediately scare the shit out of me? And we put that in the movie for it. But we also have a Clarence Adams who's playing our Freddy, who can really do a lot of great things with varying degrees. His background of work, serving in the military, and then just being a get it done at all sort of guy. So it's really exciting to see what he's going to do with that level of Freddy. But it's also a Freddy grounded in the fact that, he's rusty. So maybe he doesn't quite know the amount of pressure you need to put on a blade to, cut your victim a little bit. And it's like, crap, I just lopped their whole head off. Oh, wow.
Well, you got to make people remember him, they got to remember.
You know what a 5'9" guy with razor fingers does? Whatever the hell he wants to. That's exactly what he does. I have a history with Freddy versus Jason Dreamscape. I'm very well aware of that project.
Yeah. What's funny about this, Blake, is you are, but that was like 7 scripts ago.
Well, you know what? Our Freddy Krueger, I'm going to tell you this. We're not trying to make him look or act like Robert Englund. He's his own Freddy Krueger, a version better than 2010, even though I'm a fan. But he's just doing his own thing. He's very dark and morbid and scary as hell, doing his own thing with inspired makeup from 1 and 2. That's all we're doing.
I think that's the kind of the way you need to approach it, because you can't do a bad Robert Englund impression.
We don't want him to look like Robert Englund by any means. We're just taking him who he is, which he's fucking awesome, and he's doing his own thing, making Freddy his bitch. You know what I mean?
Are you having prosthetics done, like pieces,
well,
or are you having a whole silicone mask? Or
no, we're not doing no mask. It's old. We're gonna take our time, and we actually me and Blake figured something out. We got in the works, and we're gonna have Freddy in and out, which everyone will know who our Freddy is coming Saturday night.
Oh, okay.
So at 7 p.m. because the teaser trailer will drop.
Oh,
And
nice.
our Freddy in and out of the chair in like 30 minutes, looking fresh, looking awesome. And we're not, less is better. So less makeup, way powerful. You know what I mean? It's just better. So that's what we're doing. And it's still going to look fucking awesome. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned having a background in practical effects. Do you already have the effects kind of cooked up in your head, what you want to do, or are you still working on things? Or
yeah, well, we had a really good friend, Jason Godsey here. He's the local effects artist, FSX, whatever, here in Knoxville. And he did the makeup for the trailer for us. So shout out to Jason. And but me and Blake have come up with a formula of our own, and that's going to speed things up so we can just have him in the chair and out, ready to film. Boom. He's comfortable. You know, let's sit there for 3-4 hours, and that's what we want. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's our goal.
Right. Give a shout out to Clarence Adams, who, not to confuse people, our Freddy, Clarence Adams.
What's
you
up?
Can find out. You can find out the Freddy in Blake's Crazy Nightmare coming up on Saturday. So the teaser trailer coming out Saturday, that'll be big. That'll get some momentum going for you guys.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna tell you guys, it's only about a minute long, but it's so badass. I know look, I'm a fan of Dylan's new Nightmare 2, and I've seen all their stuff, and I'm a fan. But this trailer we're dropping, which their trailer's good too, but it's only going to be about a minute long, so it's only a teaser trailer. So, but I'm telling you, the whole minute of the trailer is just going to make your whole body have like a buzz, like you're like, fuck, this is badass. With the music, the performance, the colors, the lighting, anything, the makeup, whatever. It's fucking badass. And I'm telling you, I'm really confident that this teaser trailer, not even the full trailer, is going to get a lot of fucking views and a lot of haters, which we love. Yeah.
So we got the teaser trailer coming out on Saturday, and then we're shooting. Don't have a release date or anything, do you guys?
What now?
There's no release date yet, is there?
For the film?
Oh, no, not for the actual film. But there will be.
Because you don't do that until you film the thing, and then you do the release.
Well, I mean,
you don't say it's coming out in June.
Yeah, we
have a shot at
everything done. But okay,
which is the curse of Freddy versus Jason Dreamscape.
Yeah, the entire reason of doing the
I got Blake to do a spit take.
The entire reason for us doing a trailer is because we were gonna try to do a campaign, but we're not doing another campaign. So we're just throwing a trailer out there, and then we're just gonna be filming this movie under the radar and not making it public, and it'll be out quicker than you think. Yeah.
And one thing Clarence mentioned when you were talking about people loving it, people hating it, haters still promote it.
Yeah,
even if someone's saying, "Have you seen that fucking movie?" Oh, I curse. But and for me, it just Nightmare is in a similar lull as Friday, because it's been 2009, 2010 since you've seen an actual Freddy or Jason movie. It's been way long. Meanwhile, every 4 minutes there's a Halloween or a Texas Chainsaw coming out. Although,
or Scream.
Or Scream. Yeah, the last Texas Chainsaw, which that you had the one scene in the school bus, awesome, but there was a lot of come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
But
that school bus scene was the best part of the movie. So
hands down. But to my thing is, like, there are movies that if you can watch 5 minutes of it, it's like, okay, those are the only 5 minutes I wanted to watch. Then just watch the 5 minutes. Just don't do it. Hey, guess what? I'm going to watch this whole thing. I'm still not going to care about this girl when she dies at the end. I'm still not. I'm just not going to do it. But
Well, as far as the duration of this film, we've still been changing stuff and this and that, because when you're writing something, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is cool, and then a day or two later, you're like, oh, but this is better. So you got to go back and write some more stuff,
Mhm.
So
I
we
think
don't really have a time frame for this film yet. So yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the things that people, when you say you're making a movie and you're not in Hollywood or something, then they immediately like look for ways for it to make sense in their head. So they'll ask about the duration, or they'll say, "Oh, is it a real movie?" They think a duration matters. A duration doesn't matter unless a movie's too long.
Oh yeah.
That's the only time a duration matters. That was too long. If you have a movie that's like, "Oh my God, that was great," you know, I mean, I've seen a lot of movies that are 84 minutes plus 10 minutes of credits to say they're 90 minutes long that could have been 40-minute movies and would have been great. And I think the part with independent filmmaking, especially in the the fact that we're still going despite all the strikes and everything, because that's not our realm. Just having that independent aspect of it, it's making a movie that you think is going to be good, that you're going to enjoy watching, and then hopefully other people enjoy watching.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, if it's 90 on the nose and shitty, who cares? Who cared about the 12 minutes of bad that you shoved in the movie to make it 90 minutes long when you could add a 75-minute movie and be like, oh man, that was great.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I've watched every fan film for Freddy, Jason, etc. on YouTube because I like to watch people's stuff, that they do, the fan films and stuff. I really enjoy watching them. And the opening for the movie is what really gets me. So if it's got a great opening, then I'll watch it. And if it doesn't have I'll watch it all the way through if it has a great opening. But if it does not have a really good opening scene, then I'll fast forward through it and be like, okay, cool. Yeah, okay, cool.
It's funny you mentioned that because we just got a comment from Clarence because we're talking about the start of a movie, Mission Impossible, the new one. After the first 10 minutes, it was terrible. It was great first 10 minutes. After
well, it's
that,
probably just explosions or something,
Well, yeah, I think it does. It is weird to talk about like what we do, and then it's like, well, yeah, if you pay a guy $50 million and then spend $10 million on a stunt and then have 500 years of experience to shoot it, like yeah, it's probably going to look pretty freaking awesome.
Oh yeah.
But meanwhile, it's not in the. I think on this spot, and I've had my fiance's cousins who are like 13 and 15, and I've got a garage full of movie-ish props or special effects or different things like that. So naturally, we've been coming up with a movie we can shoot around the house, and they had ideas, and then I came with, well, how about we cut off someone's hand? Because I can do that, but we can't levitate. But I can definitely cut off someone's hand.
Oh yeah.
So pivot to you. As me and Cody have said a lot, you play to your strengths. And I think if you have a good storyteller like Blake, you got some practical effects know-how, those are the things you lean into, and you can make a really good Freddy picture.
Well, absolutely. And, I was saying that about the opening of the films because our opening for the film is going to be something that everyone will know when they see it. They're going to say, oh, that's Blake's Crazy Nightmare, That's a badass. That's what I want. So, yeah, that's what we're doing.
So you've got these are some of the images that'll be in the teaser trailer shown on the screen, and then is that the first version of the poster, or is that the official poster?
Well, no, that's the second version because we changed the logo, and the other two, Freddy and then the girl, that's just behind the. People say behind the screens, behind the scenes. And in this particular film, I like to say inside the nightmare. So this is inside the nightmare with the girl and Freddy. And they both are so good at what they do. So, yeah. You might not see these particular shots in the trailer, but you will see something similar. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give some shout outs, if that's okay, real quick, and then you can hand it over to Blake. So I want to shout out Shauna and Chandler Sutton and their whole family. And then I want to, first of all, shout out Southern Creative, my really good friend Travis Daniels and his really good helper, who's a great filmmaker, great camera guy, which his name's Josh. And, I want to shout out Jessica, JR Folks, and then Ronnie George. And I'm not going to say Freddie's name. And then Kofi Jones, shouting out Kofi, too. Kofi is a huge, huge help behind this whole film. And then I especially want to give a shout out to Blake Best. And if I left any names out, I'm sorry, and I'll come back and do it again.
Shout outs work, but we don't. It's make the movie first, then give the acceptance speech.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the movie's already like we're gonna start here in the next month or two, and it's gonna go like this. Boom. The filming will be done like that. Boom.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. We hope it all works out. And
oh yeah.
No random occurrences or anything, bad luck or anything happens, because it does happen occasionally. But hopefully, you guys got it all set up.
Well, we've already weeded out the weeds, so we're not gonna have any occurrences.
Good luck. I'm saying that as empathetically as possible because of the amount of bullshit that I've gone through in the last month.
Oh yeah.
Over someone who left the project months ago. It's just like, it's like a bad penny.
Yeah, I do. This may be a different script, Bill, but I do remember that same group of occurrences happening around the time that I was involved, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it's been fun. My background is I've been in television for like 20 years now because I'm old as shit. But it's just a lot of things that have been totally foreign to me that didn't make sense at the time when they were happening, and then hindsight, I'm like, yeah, okay, that definitely didn't make sense. That's why we're still working on starting to shoot the thing, and I think Dreamscape's been through 5.5 scripts, and finally at this point, I was just like, okay, we got all these different perks. And I got a Freddie and I got a Jason, so let's make the best of what we can make of this and still do all the things we need to do. Trying to, we had people that had ideas of where the movie was going to go. And I'm like, okay, great. Well, how is murder victims going to be missing posters? Shit. There's no body. So I have to find ways to disappear these people to make sense with the perks and things like that. But it's been a ride. All I'm saying is, even if you get some shoot dates, things don't happen or anything, just stay the course. There might be some bumps, but you guys will handle this.
Hey, I want to give one more shout out. Sorry. Helsing. Okay. No, I'm sorry, man. Helsing 1313 of the band The Devil Dolls. Okay. His music's going to be featured in the film. Helsing has done so much artwork for us. He's created all the logos, the posters, you name it, even the Dark House Entertainment logo. Helsing done it all. Shout out Helsing, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now's my chance to do it, so I have to give the shout out.
Oh, yeah.
He actually did all of my book covers too, so every one of these is a Helsing thing. Every one of them.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Look, very talented.
Absolutely. One of the best in the business. And, he's been my go-to cover guy for the past 6 books, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, Blake, you're going to be at Creepy Con. We'll see you there in a couple of weeks.
Yes, you'll see me. You'll see David. I am going to have some props and things there, some things from the first Nightmare on Elm Street, the 4th Nightmare on Elm Street. And then I've got some things here, actually, too. So I've got a whole house full of Nightmare on Elm Street screen use. It's like my other job is to take care of all these pieces of cinematic film history. David has actually seen, I think he's actually seen everything I have, which is like a whole office full of stuff. And he loves it. And he thinks it, that it should be taken care of, and that's what I'm doing, is making sure that it's taken care of. So
Yeah, and while he's at this convention coming up Saturday this weekend, he's gonna show off the new glove, the one of a kind glove that we had made for this film. Blake designed it, and it was made by Flaming Creations.
shout out,
Josh. Shout out to Josh.
Yeah.
Josh Clark, yeah. And is an amazing glove builder. And we may even have this glove at CreepyCon as well. So yeah,
That'd be cool.
it's
awesome.
You'll never see it in any other film. Yeah.
If you bring your Freddy, we'll have our Freddy, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man.
That's when you hide your kids, hide your wife. That's one of those moments. Well, we appreciate you guys coming on. What we kind of do at this point is we have some celebrity birthdays we go through. They're generally just all from the horror world, not necessarily people that. Why is this process?
Well, Blake's birthday is actually the same weekend as CreepyCon, so yeah.
Really?
Okay.
No, mine is October 13th and 14th. So same weekend we do Screamville.
Sorry, I'm sorry,
Screamville.
guys. But Screamville, yeah. I knew it was when we were doing something. So Screamville.
Yeah, me and Blake had a table at Screamville last year.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Nice.
It was interesting. Why was it interesting?
Because he showed up in full outfit, full, costume and everything. And the fans just between my table and his table, they lined up. I mean, that's where they hit before they went in and paid the admission to get in. It was like a 2-hour tour de force. I couldn't even get up and go to the bathroom. And it was the most fun I think I've had in months till I went to the bathroom. Then it wasn't fun anymore.
Hey, shout out to Doug Cox of Screamville too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I did a recent photo shoot in my Jason X costume at Screamville.
Nice, yeah. Well, you'll have to share that so I can see it, man.
Yeah, they're on my Facebook page. I just posted them a few days ago.
No, you don't understand. He wants you to send that shit to him right now. You don't understand.
Yeah, man. I'm checking my phone now. Terry. Hey, you guys are a lot of fun. I love this interview. It's fucking awesome. It's laid back. It's cool. And I can say fuck. So, yeah.
Again, FCC is going to come for us. So, David, what's your favorite Friday the 13th? It's something we ask all our guests.
You know what? Y'all might hate me, but I fucking love Jason X.
That's a good one.
Well, I like it. A lot of people give it a lot of hate, but I like it.
It's badass, man. Just like Leprechaun in space. Fucking badass, But you've never seen a Freddy in space yet, so I'm not gonna be the one making that, but I'm just saying it would be cool to see. So
yeah, I think Leprechaun in space, it was like their 5th movie. It took Jason 10 movies to get to space. I always bring that up. But still, on its own, X, aside from the time travel and the shoddy workmanship on the cryo freezing, it holds up. It holds up fine.
Well, I mean, shit, man. All those effects in that film are like so badass, and it's like I wish I could do half of that shit. I mean, I could do a lot of practical effects, but I fucking wish I could I mean, I can learn, and I'm going to, but I don't see myself making Freddy Krueger make someone's face freeze off, and then bust it into a wall.
Is that the one, David, where the girl gets her head frozen and then Jason just smashes it?
Yeah.
Yep. That was it.
Okay. All right.
Plus, that was Kane Hodder's last performance as Jason too.
Yeah, Kane.
Well, cool. I bring up the favorite Friday the 13th because today actually, my favorite Friday the 13th is part 6, Jason Lives, and it is Tom McLoughlin, writer and director. It is his birthday. He also was in two fan films, Vengeance and Vengeance 2 Bloodlines, where he actually had a huge part in Vengeance 2 Bloodlines all over the movie. But happy birthday to Tom McLoughlin.
Happy birthday,
I think
man.
the best looking 6.
Awesome. Happy birthday to Tom.
Absolutely. Vengeance was great. My co-author on Behind the Screams worked as, I think, a production designer on that. Mick Strawn, he was a part of Vengeance. So, yeah, it was a good movie. Absolutely.
Yeah, Vengeance 2, Jason Brooks, Peter Anthony, Darcy the Mail Girl. When you get Darcy the Mail Girl in your flick, then you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, going places, yeah.
You're going places, yeah. Now, another person who's going places, Elizabeth Kaitan. I don't know if you remember her.
Yes.
She was in Part 7. She's
in my favorite Friday the 13th, Part 7.
But she's also, let me pull this up real quick.
She's in Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 also.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. Yes, she is. And then I got to find the other titles real quick. She is in, that's my scrolling through a year's worth of birthday noise. Oh, this is important, though. This is why it's worth the wait. Trust me. Okay. She was also in, are you ready? Silent Madness. Okay, cool. Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 2, we covered that. I said Friday the 13th, Part 7. Here's where it gets good. She was on Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity, as well as Assault of the Killer Bimbos. And
that's a cool title.
Elizabeth Kaitan, happy birthday to you. And
happy birthday, Elizabeth.
Then the next one, this is a big one, Adrienne King. First Final Girl. First time you see Jason on screen. And that was a hell of a jump scare.
The first Alice. We have a habit of getting Alices that kick ass and take names in these franchises, don't we?
They do pop in there.
And I love the little party hat on Jason over there you did. That's great, man. And the fucking cake.
Oh, yeah, that was a lot of art school right there, man. It was a tough go.
Hey, who knows? I may be the first one to add a scene of Freddy Krueger, a nightmare scene in the fucking Waffle House. You know what I mean? I can do that. You wake up, you're in the fucking Waffle House, and then Freddy's back there cooking your shit, man. You know?
There's a weird room to be making bets on what we can make Freddy do first, you know? Oh, yeah, well, I'm at the IHOP. Oh, yeah, well, no one's ever seen Freddy at Fuddruckers. Another big one coming up later this week, John Leguizamo.
Oh, man. One of my favorite actors, man. I fucking love The Past. The Past. Come on now. The Past.
which it's crazy to think how long he's been around.
I know several of them, The Past.
And then Land of the Dead.
Land of the Dead. He's great. Land of the Dead. This image is from Spawn.
Spawn was good.
But, the dude played Luigi in the Mario Brothers way back in the day.
I know that too.
I've been going forever.
It's just, dude, like anything he plays is badass, you know?
And all the one-man shows, and then, look, I enjoy that stuff.
Even his stand-up comedy is fucking hilarious, so. And
then if you saw The Menu, he kind of plays a quasi version of himself in that one. But that was
I've seen that. I love The Menu. That was a movie that was it was just done so well, and it's like I'm never going to a private invitation party. You know?
the thing is, if we do make it to that level where we are getting flown to go eat at a restaurant, we're not going to remember the menu.
I'll bring my gun with me.
That can help. But happy birthday to John Leguizamo.
Happy birthday, John. Yeah.
We've got Woody Harrelson.
Oh, fuck yeah,
celebrating the birthday. Zombieland, I think, was outside of a Romero one. I think I enjoyed Zombieland the most.
Well, Woody Harrelson is in a movie with my cousin, Silk Cozart, and he's in a movie with him called White Man Can't Jump. So, and not to mention they're just friends in general. They just talk on the phone all the time, and So shout out to my cousin Silk Cozart. What's up? And he's in White Man Can't Jump with Woody Harrelson. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. So
That's awesome.
Happy birthday to Woody.
Generally, just like the nicest dude, everyone says, but the dude does like the weed.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's you got the. You ever hear the thing like X is going to be in the first paragraph of your obituary, and it's up to you for the rest of your life to try to get it out of your first paragraph. I think Woody and B is the opposite. Woody's like, nah, come on, we can get it more towards the front.
Yeah, for sure, man.
He's in one of my favorite movies too, No Country for Old Men.
Nice. He's good in everything, especially beating the shit out of a fucking zombie with a banjo,
Oh, yeah.
Kingpin. I thought Kingpin was hilarious. I still.
Oh, God, yeah. Kingpin was great. That was a bull. I milked your cow. Yeah, that was.
He contributed to the death of fucking Bill Murray. So whatever.
And then bringing it all full circle, this guy in particular really fucked me up as a kid when it came time to eat apples, because I saw him in a movie and I tried to do it and it just wouldn't work. I wouldn't know how. But from Fright Night.
Oh my God!
Sarandon, happy birthday! There you go, David.
Carrie,
hey,
your boy.
Hail to the Pumpkin King, man! Yeah.
He was also in the Sentinel and Child's Play too. And he, mid 80s, he was hitting some home runs.
Yeah, he was.
Princess Bride. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, Princess Bride. Yeah.
He's just fucking good at anything. Like I could, there's just an endless amount of movies and stuff that we can name off that we don't have time for. He's just fucking amazing in everything, So happy birthday to Chris. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the scene in Fright Night where he takes the apple, takes a bite out of it, and it looks like empty, Pac-Man.
Yeah, doesn't he make apples look so good, even though I don't want to eat one?
It's like you got the vampire jowls going on. You just take a bite of the whole thing. Cold be damned, I'm a vampire. I've been living in the dark all the time. When I finally get a hold of an apple, I'm not wasting time dicking around with the core. But yeah, that's Chris Sarandon. That is the birthdays for the upcoming week. So now you're set. You know what's going to come. And if you want to do some viewing, Fright Night, I think is a great one. Zombieland, Land of the Dead. I caught that the other day. Just love that one too. It was one of those movies that George Romero had X amount of money to make the movie. And then right as the movie was getting wrapped up shooting, they were like, no, you no more money. So
I love that movie too because
but
it
if
makes
you see
me.
Some of the, if you see some of the blood effects that look like, come on, that was they just didn't have the budget for what they were assuming they were going to have proposed.
It still looked great, and it made me think too. It's also separating low income people to high income people, because the fucking what's it called, the green or whatever.
Yeah, Cabrini Green, I think was.
Yeah, Cabrini Green. And that's where all the fucking fancy rich people live. But guess what? George, he knew what he was doing, because he was like, you know what? Poor or rich, you're going to fucking die regardless,
I did think that the one part of that movie, I was like, they got an economy going still? How did they fool people into this economy bullshit? oh, I have money. You want money. Nah, man, I need food. I need guns. I need zombie stoppage shit.
Oh, yeah. Hey, let's talk about that fucking vehicle they had, the fucking train truck thing. How badass was that, though?
Dead Reckoning, which that could have been its own movie. You just, we're going to drive to Canada. Okay, road trip movie. Let's show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, they're going over Niagara Falls. Oh, look at all the zombies. Well, that was, I think some of that was kind of done in Z Nation.
Yeah, but they just have to stop and get out, They just have to stop and get out and fuck shit up.
I would just take some pictures.
Yeah. I would just stop at a gas station and get going.
I'm thinking Zombieland 3 is Woody Harrelson finds Dead Reckoning from Land of the Dead. He paints a Dale Earnhardt 3 on the side of it, and then we got a whole Zombieland 3 good to go. Zombieland 3 Dead Reckoning. Well,
Hell yeah.
guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
And we've got look forward to seeing you guys at CreepyCon in Knoxville coming up in a couple of weeks. And wish you the best of luck with Blake's Crazy Nightmare. Your the Freddy Krueger
CreepyCon's around CreepyCon's around the corner.
Well, we're going to invite our Freddy. Let's hope that he'll be there.
Let's hope Tony can wear one of these. How about it?
Oh yeah, that's the part 4 one, Hero Glove.
Beautiful glove.
Yeah, those are some very roomy fingers. That's a cool glove. It's do you ever like eat with that? You ever like you ever like gone
peel an apple with it?
The only one that I don't eat with is the one from the set of part 1. That one's signed and in a glass case that no one has a key to, so I don't fuck with that one. But this one, I stab boxes.
But I have Blake's other part 1 replica here, but I'm not gonna peel any food with it. I'll just maybe we can make some TikTok videos when he comes over with it, because I had an idea for that. Make some TikTok videos of slicing shit, So, but CreepyCon, I'm gonna invite our Freddy, and after Saturday night, everyone's gonna know who our Freddy is, which we didn't reveal.
I'm working that convention as a guest, then I get to go back to the hotel room and watch the teaser trailer. What a good day!
Where can we watch the trailer at? On YouTube?
On YouTube, I'll post a link. I'll send everyone a link, and
is that
it's going down at 7 p.m. Yeah.
What's the YouTube channel?
Is it Dark House
Entertainment?
Dark House Entertainment. All right, cool.
Yeah, I subscribe to you guys, so subscribe back. Yeah,
we will.
It's not a request, right? Subscribe.
Did the thing? No, you do the thing.
And I'm gonna leave Blake with the honor of telling you guys not to. He knows what to do. He knows what to say.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
That's some shit to say at 11 o'clock on a school night, but okay. Well, thanks so much, guys. And real quick,
guys.
Let you know,
thank you very much.
Blake's new book, Bad Dreams, Untold Tales from Elm Street. It's available now. You got the QR code. You can also hit up Blake on various social medias. It's out there being promoted, but QR code's here. Bad Dreams is someone who is all up in the head of Freddy Krueger, the lore, the mythology, the history of it, and he's done some really good work. And he's our foremost expert on Freddy when it comes to Freddy versus Jason Dreamscape. We appreciate him sticking around with us on that. So this has been the Huskins Horror live stream. It airs Wednesdays starting at 10 o'clock on our YouTube page and Facebook groups and around. We also, again, point out CreepyCon, August 25th to the 27th. And then South Carolina Horror Con in Columbia, South Carolina, September 16th from 17th. We'll have cast members from Freddy vs. Jason Dreamscape and The Grind, the Texas Chainsaw fan film that is getting close to getting ready for an air date. We will let you know as soon as we have an air date for that. And you can also follow us, youtube.com at Huskins Horror. We're also on all the social medias. But Cody, that's all the stuff I got. You want to say goodbye? And we'll call it a day.
Thanks, guys, for jumping on and sharing y'all's work with us. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys at CreepyCon.
And hey, best of luck to you all.
Seeing you too, man.
Yeah.
And we're going to close out with the trailer for The Grind. Again, look for the release date coming soon. But here's the trailer for The Grind, starring Cody Huskins.
Frank sent you. Hey, Frank.